and Oklahoma should go take care of business. We'll give you our final predictions for this game. We'll go through some Friday fan feelings ahead of Oklahoma versus Kent State coming up next here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Just a reminder, we'll be here after the game, Oklahoma versus Kent State, for our live reaction show on YouTube. The audio will drop shortly after that on your podcast feeds as well. But if you want to catch us right after the game, be here on YouTube live after the show whenever Oklahoma beats Kent State. So, Jay, give us your final prediction for Oklahoma versus Kent State.
My final prediction for this game is Oklahoma putting half a hundy on them, Kent State 0. This should be a goose egg game.
Yeah, I'm going the shutout too. I'm going Oklahoma 66, Kent State 0. This is again, I think Michael Hawkins Jr. pulls the John Mateer and has over 300 combined passing and rushing yards, and he has at least 4 total touchdowns in this one.
Yeah, there's really no reason not to. I mean, This is the perfect game to do it in, and so since that's the case, give it to us, guys.
I even wonder if we'll see some Whit Newbauer or some Jet New. Like, will they give those guys some reps? Because they're not likely to play at all the rest of the season. So will we get a third quarter Whit Newbauer or a split in the fourth quarter between Newbauer and Jet New? I mean, Brent Venables and Bun Arbuckle were quite complimentary of those guys earlier this week, talking about the work that they've done as the third quarterback and as the scout team quarterback for Jet New. Great opportunity for them.
It is. And I don't see it, honestly, John, only because this is the game that Michael Hawkins is probably going to need as many get live reps as possible in preparation for Texas. But you're right. It would not surprise me if they decide to go ahead and play both of them and say, let's go ahead and get y'all some reps too. Just get you some live reps also, so we can have some tape to be able to walk through and study. So it would not surprise me, but yeah, this should be a goose egg game.
I could see it if it's like midway through the fourth quarter and Michael Hawkins has gone something like 20-25 for 250 and 3 touchdowns and run for 75 yards and a score. And they're like, good enough, my guy. You're done. You're done for the day. All right. So you said 100 to 0. I said 66-0. Let us know in the replies or at Locked On Sooners on all your favorite social media platforms what your score prediction is for this game. Let's get to our Friday fan feels for this week. And we're going to start off with this one from Chris. He says, great about this game, but just waiting for the inevitable. Can't go through an SEC gauntlet with 0 run game, waiting for the wheels to fall off. Chris, relax, my dude. Let's take this 1 week at a time, man. Enjoy this week.
No, we got to do wheels. The wheels got to fall off in his eyes. And I guess
I get where he's coming from, man. I get where he's coming from. You haven't seen a run game yet, and you've got a tough slate, the final 7 games of the season after this week.
I mean, it's tough. That's not a lie. I totally understand that. But, man, it feels very dramatic.
Also, we've been hurt before, so I get where he's coming from. Like, we've had some struggles,
man. We fine. Y'all know we fine. We've been fine. We'll be all right.
But
we got a competent offense. I think that's the thing that I am very much. That's the only reason why I kind of push back. The offense is competent.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's just you got to find a way to run the ball, and if not, then you got to find some extensions of the run game that help open things up for your passing game. If it's more wide receiver screens, more bubbles, tunnels, things like that, more, swing passes to the running back out of the backfield, you got to find ways to pepper teams in short yardage situations so that you can then go down the field. All right, next one, cautiously optimistic. I think if we work out the kinks in the run game, special teams, and our coverage, OU will be unstoppable. I agree.
Yeah, I see the theme. The theme is, can you run the ball?
Can we run the ball? And I mean, that's the thing. The most important thing we're looking for in this game is, can we run the ball? Can we run not just for 100 yards or 150 or 200, but I mean, Jay's expecting 300 yards. If they don't get 300, it'll be a disappointment to Jay.
Yeah.
We've written it down. He will be disappointed. It'll be an F offensive showing if they don't run for 300 yards. No, maybe not that much. But thank you, Anthony, for your Friday fan feels. I think special teams has actually been pretty good. It's been a bit of a weapon for Oklahoma, after like the first game where I felt like they didn't really necessarily shine since then, like against Michigan and against Auburn. You won the special teams battles in those games.
Yep. No, yeah, you did. You dominated that. And so in this one, special teams isn't the one that I'm really that concerned. Like, I don't kick returns, punt returns. Cool. Those would be nice to have those return. If anything, don't bobble the ball.
Yeah.
Don't fumble. Don't muff a punt.
Well,
those are the things that's more important to me. Little silly turnovers that we got to work the kinks out of.
Yeah.
I personally just clean on offensive side of the ball when we have possession. The biggest thing is defense. I just need the defense and the run game to really get going.
Yeah. And for special teams, like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, the last few weeks have been great. Just keep doing that. Whether it's Grayson Miller or Tate Sandell or the punt return game, the kick coverage and the punt coverage has been great. They haven't allowed big returns, so just keep doing that. Next one comes from Dennis Harrison. He says, if we can stay healthy and get that running game going, we're going to be hard to beat. Boomer Sooner. Dennis, yeah, totally agree. I mean, I think they're right. I think even if they don't create a reasonably good run game, they're still going to be really tough to beat.
I agree with you there. That regardless, this team is going to be a really tough out for no matter who they play. So I'm not as concerned in that capacity as most. It's really going to be dependent on if we can get the run game going, we can get blowouts. We can start getting bigger wins. We won't have a whole bunch of close games. Right. But putting this game on the back of John Mateer, I'm totally here for that. I think that a lot of teams in this conference, and luckily the way it looks, it doesn't seem like a lot of the defenses or offense we're going to face is going to be that big of a problem for us as much as we thought they were going to be. So to me, John Mateer is going to be able to will us to a lot of victories. This is going to be the game where Michael Hawkins can show us he can will us to victories as well. Well, he should have to will us. We should, like I said, go out there and dominate, but I digress. I'm not that concerned in that capacity, but staying healthy is critical too.
And this one comes from a Sooner fan. I didn't want to read his YouTube handle on the show, so this is generic Sooner fan. But he said, we have an elite defense, so we have a shot to win every game. And I totally agree. With an elite defense, you're going to keep games close. Teams aren't going to be able to get the score so far out in front of you that you can't come back from it. Like, we're not going to see big blowout losses. If Oklahoma loses a game, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a one-possession ball game. And the defense will have done its part. It's just a matter of, can the offense find a little bit more, find an extra gear, and can they go make the right plays? And so far they have. Against Michigan, they had that big 8.5-minute drive that completely sapped the life out of the Michigan Wolverines and took that game over. Against Auburn, they had the quick drive to go get the go-ahead score, and then the defense closed it out. They've made the plays they've needed to make in tight ball games in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they have. And that's the one thing I'm very happy about. They've closed them out the way we need. So the defense needs to continue to do that. I just need the defense to continue to play at that high level. I need the defense to have a 0 conversion rate or percentage conversion rate on third down in this game. I need them to force a lot of deep. Basically, we should be playing offense about 90% of this game. I don't expect more than 10 first downs at all. That would be a huge accomplishment. That tells me that we've really locked in. If we can get them about 5 at most, because you're not going to be perfect. It's impossible to have that. It was borderline. Nothing's impossible, but it's borderline impossible to be able to do that because they're going to find a little bit of a crease every once in a while. It's going to be a missed tackle every blue moon. If you can go out there and force them to have to give the ball up and get deep third downs often. A lot of tackles for loss is also one of the things we should have because this defensive line is just ferocious. It's just what they are.
Yeah, the defense is going to put up big numbers. The offense is going to put up big numbers. But I agree with the general sentiment here that with our elite defense, we'll have a shot to win every single game. Brent Venables has said as much, that they're going to have a chance they can beat anybody on their schedule. if they take care of the small things and they keep focused on just improvement and they keep trying to get better every single week. We're going to end it on a high note. This one comes from Brenda Thompson. So excited. I keep telling myself to not let my hopes get too high. I think we will go all the way.
I don't know why you're not keeping your hopes high.
Let's go, Brenda.
My hopes high. My hopes are high too.
That's right.
I've seen it with my eyes. I've seen this against. Look, I know people want to say that, going up against a true freshman quarterback like Bryce Underwood isn't that much of an accomplishment, but when you handle business the way you're supposed to,
yes,
to me, that's a good thing. You expected that. Heck, Nebraska went and ran down Nebraska's throat like a couple weeks ago. Bryce threw for like 300 yards against Central Michigan. Like in the games you're supposed to be performative, they were performative in. They did what they were supposed to do. Michigan's going to end up being a pretty good team. Most likely, they're going to probably end up being a team that flirts with double-digit wins. The way that they're playing and their schedule lines up perfectly for it. So, no, you take those wins. You forced them to do things that they didn't want to do. You made them conform to your game. So obviously we did things that we were supposed to do and we did them right. So no, I think this team, like Brent Venables said, can compete with anybody. The defense showed us they can, and I think the offense as well.
Since Oklahoma played Michigan and Bryce Underwood, where Oklahoma held Bryce Underwood to 37.5% completion percentage, and he had 3 carries for -1 yard. He's completed 56.9% of his passes over the last 2 games. Not a great number, but a lot better than 37.5%. And he's run for an average of 7.2 yards per carry. No, sorry, 10.3 yards per carry. He's run for 175 yards over his last 2 games after playing the Sooners. So he's been good, and you did not allow him to do anything in that game.
And that's what you wanted.
That's what you wanted.
And that's what you wanted.
Yep. He had a couple big throws, but man, you stifled the 5-star true freshman quarterback. So great week ahead. Oklahoma versus Kent State Saturday afternoon. Again, we'll be here live after the game, breaking everything down with you, reacting to what happened in Oklahoma versus Kent State. We'll give you our stars of the game. We'll talk about every player that gets an opportunity to make a play. We'll talk about them. We'll break down the offensive and defensive performances for the Sooners, and then begin looking ahead to Texas on Saturday evening. So again, subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. Over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because every time we drop a new episode, you'll be alerted to that episode drop over on YouTube. Also, leave us a comment. Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what we're doing, please give us a 5-star rating. Go follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Go check out his channel, Unfair Sports, over on YouTube for more Oklahoma Sooners and college football coverage. You can follow me at John 9 Williams and read my work covering the Sooners over at USA Today, or Sooners Wire and USA Today Sports. You can follow the show at Locked On Sooners on all of your favorite social media platforms. But until next time, he's Jay Smith. I'm John Williams. We'll talk to you then. Boomer
Sooner.
Let's have a weekend, everybody.
Please. I need it in my life.